The topic is on aggregate turnover, presented by Akshata, MCOM Final, MPM Government, First Grade College, Karkala. Let us see the meaning of aggregate turnover. Aggregate turnover means the aggregate value of all taxable supplies, exempt supplies, exports of goods or services, or both, and interstate supplies of person having the same permanent account number to be computed on all India basis but excludes central tax, state tax, union territory tax, integrated tax, and cess. Total value of a taxable supplies means which is taxable under GST, and exempt supplies means which have 0% tax and which are exempted under GST rules, and export of goods and services in which person having the same PAN will be computed on all India basis. So aggregate turnover includes those value of supplies, and at the same time it excludes control tax, state tax, etc. Next, the analysis of definition for computing aggregate turnover is discussed below. First one, turnover of all products. It is evident from definition that turnover of all the supplies, whether taxable supplies, exempt supplies, and exports, should be aggregated to compute the limit of rupees 20 lakhs or rupees 10 lakhs. Aggregate turnover is calculated for to know if person's turnover is beyond the exemption limit. It is 20 lakhs or rupees 10 lakh. Next, turnover on basis of PAN. It is further provided that the aggregate turnover of person having permanent account number PAN will be computed on all India basis. Turnover will be calculated on PAN basis. It is calculated as on all India basis. Next, value of turnover will not include the CGST, SGST, and IGST charged on such supply. It is also provided in definition of aggregate turnover that the value of turnover will not include the CGST, SGST, and IGST charged on such supply. When we calculate aggregate turnover, we should not include such supply which are charged on CGST, SGST, and IGST. Next one, reverse charge and inward supplies. It is specifically mentioned in the definition that aggregate turnover will not include the value of supplies on which tax is paid on reverse charge basis and the value of inward supplies. And also it will not include any value of supplies on which tax is paid on reverse charge basis. Will not include it because it is inward supplies. Aggregate turnover includes only outward supplies. Next one, supply on own account and on behalf of principal will be included. A person can make supply of goods on his own account and has an agent of principal also. As per clause, the value of both the supplies will be aggregated for the purpose of computing rupees 20 lakhs or rupees 10 lakhs. If the supply is made by his own account or an agent on behalf of him will be taken to consider is calculation of aggregate turnover. If he is calculated for to computing rupees 20 lakhs or rupees 10 lakhs turnover. Next one, supply of goods by principal after completion of job work. The GST Act further provides that the value of such supplies will be included in the turnover of principal for the purpose of computing rupees 20 lakhs or rupees 10 lakhs. Next topic is deemed export. Let us see the meaning of deemed export. Introduction. Deemed export refers to supplies of goods manufactured in India which are notified as deemed exports under Section 147 of the CGST SGST Act 2017. The supplies do not leave India. The payment for such supplies is received either in Indian rupees or in convertible foreign exchange. Generally, people think that export happens when goods or services actually go out of the country. But that is not the case. The government of India has defined some circumstances where, even though goods do not leave the country, they are considered as have been exported. These cases are called by the lawmaker as deemed export. The payment for such supplies is received either in India rupees or in foreign currency, which are convertible to Indian currency. Deemed exports are not zero rated supplied by default, unlike the regular export. Hence, all supplies notified as supply for deemed export will be subject to levy of taxes. That is, such supplies can be made on payment of tax and cannot be supplied under a bond or LUT. LUT means letter of undertaking. Deemed export are not zero rated supplies by default. Notified deemed export supplies will be subject to levy of tax, which means it is made on payment of tax, not by bond. Next, see the categories of supply of goods notified as deemed export. In exercise of powers confirmed under Section 147 of the CGST Act, the central government has issued notification number 48 2017, Central Tax dated 18/10/2017, wherein the following categories of supply of goods has been declared as deemed export. First one, supply of goods by a registered person against advanced authorization. Advance authorization means an authorization issued by the Director General of Foreign Trade under Chapter 4 of the Foreign Trade Policy 2015-20 for import or domestic procurement of inputs on pre-import basis for physical export. A person who have advance authorization license, his supplies are considered as deemed export. Next one, supply of capital of goods by a registered person against export promotion capital goods authorization. Export promotion capital goods authorization means an authorization issued by the Director General of the Foreign Trade under Chapter 5 of the Foreign Trade Policy 2015-20 for import of the capital goods for physical export. A person who makes supplies against export promotion capital goods authorization, his supplies are considered as deemed export. Next, supply of goods by a registered person to export oriented unit. Export oriented unit means an export oriented unit or electronic hardware technology park unit or software technology park unit or biotechnology park unit approved in accordance with the provisions of Chapter 6 of the Foreign Trade Policy 2015-20. If a person supplies goods to any export oriented unit, that will be considered as a deemed export. Procedure to be followed in respect of supplies to EOU, EHTP, STP, BTB units, it is deemed export. EOU means export oriented units. EHTP means electronic hardware technology park unit. STP means software technology park unit. BTP means biotechnology park unit. Circular number 14/14/2017 GST dated 6/11/2017 provides following to be followed in respect of supplies to EOU, EHTP, STP, BTB units, that is deemed export. A prior intimation in the form A is required to be furnished by the recipient. Such form A should be in running serial number as pre-approved by the Development Commissioner, and it is should contain details of goods to be procured and details of supplier. Such form A must be filed by the recipient before deemed export supplies are made. A prior intimation in the form A is filled by the recipient before deemed export supplies are made. In the form A, he should fulfill serial number, details goods to procured, and details of supplier. Next one, the copy of intimation in the form A is required to be submitted with the registered supplier, the jurisdictional GST officer in charge of such registered supplier, and the jurisdictional GST officer of recipient unit. The copy of form A must be submitted to registered supplier who is sending goods to us, and to a jurisdictional GST officer who is in charge of registered supplier, and also to recipient's jurisdictional GST officer. Next, the registered supplier on receipts of such intimation in the form A will supply goods under appropriate tax invoice. The registered supplier must supply goods with intimation in the form along with tax invoice which is appropriate. Next one, on recipient of such supplies by EOU, EHTP, STP, BTB units, the unit would endorse the tax invoice. The endorsed copy of such tax invoice needs to submitted with the registered supplier. The jurisdictional GST officer in charge of such registered supplier, and jurisdictional GST officer of recipient unit. If supplier supplies goods to EOU, ESTP or STP or BTP units, that unit endorse the invoice and give copy to recipient. It must be submitted to registered supplier, jurisdictional GST officer of the supplier, and jurisdictional GST officer of the recipient. Next one, the endorsed copy of the tax invoice will be considered as proof of deemed export supplies. The endorsed copy of tax invoice acts as proof for deemed export supplies. And last one, the recipient until shall maintain records of such deemed export in the digital form based upon the data element contained in form B. Recipient must maintain records of such deemed export in digital form which is mentioned in form B. Thank you.